Hello students, this is question number 6 of IOQM 2025 and 26. And the question here it says, four sides and a diagonal of a quadrilateral are of lengths 10, 20, 28, 50 and 75 not necessary in that order. Which among them is the only possible length for the diagonal? So let's say we have a quadrilateral which has been drawn it in this way. And this is one of the diagonal which we are talking about. Let's call this length as y. This length we can call it as x, and this one is u. This one can call it as v, and this one will be d. Now we'll start with the condition. As we know this distance d, if I'm going to talk in terms of a triangle, if we'll call this as a, b, and c, this one I called it as d. So with respect to ABC, or with respect to BDC, the triangle will be possible only in the case if the sum of the two sides is going to be greater than the third side and the difference of the two sides is going to be less than the third side. So D, if I'm going to see from both the triangles, so it is going to lie into this range, that is for x minus y, and this is x plus y. And for this D, again we can say it is going to lie between u minus v and u plus v. Now we'll be start taking the cases. The first case is when D we are taking it as 75. Now if we are taking D as 75, then I'll be taking from this part and this part. So this 2D has to be less than x plus y plus u plus v. So 2D means 150 is going to be less than the sum of other sides, that is 110 plus 20 plus 28 plus 50. So this condition does not hold true. So this simply implies this case is not acceptable. Now moving on to the next case, that is when D value we are taking equal to 50. So if we are taking D value is equal to 50, then I can write from here that is 75 minus x, that is going to be less than 50. And if we are going to take it in this way, then x value we are going to get is greater than 25. So among all of them, we can see that is for 10, 20, 28, and only these is going to work. So only the working case will be 28. So the possible pairings over here, that will be 75 comma 28 and 10 comma 20. But if I'm going to look at for 10 comma 20, the sum of the two sides, that is 30, is going to be less than 50. So this implies that triangle will not be possible, and which makes D equal to 50 as not the diagonal over here. Now the next case is when we are going to take the value of D as, let's say, 20. Now in this case, we can see that modulus of 75 minus x, this is going to be less than D. Therefore, the value of x is going to be greater than 55. And this will only be possible in the case if D value we are taking it as equal to 20. And x will be greater than 65 in the case if D is equal to 10. So 20 and 10 is not possible. So 20 and 10 is again not possible. So the next case which we are going to left is that when D is going to be equal to 28. Now this definitely has to be the answer, but still we will see. So if D is equal to 28, the other pairs that can come over here is that is 10 comma 20 and 50 comma 75. So 10 minus 20, now this is going to be equal to 10. So 10 is going to lie into the interval 28 to 30. So this is the correct one. And along with that, 50 minus 75 modulus, this is going to be less than 28, and which will be less than 50 plus 75. So over here, we can see both the condition that we have arranged over here, that is be satisfied when we are taking the diagonal length as equal to 28, which makes 28 to be the correct answer. So let's see. Yes, the same is been mentioned by IOQM final answer key as well.